This was my second terrible experience at O'Hare during just one trip. The lack of assistance was not only frustrating but dehumanizing.
Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Katie, and for those of you who don't know me, I used to weigh 360 pounds, and I've lost 180 pounds and kept it off for years now. And on this channel, we will discuss weight loss, weight maintenance, nonsense I see online about body positivity and fat acceptance, my experiences with all of that, and, well, anything else I feel like talking about. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below, and let's get into today's video. So today, I have a couple of TikToks from our new friend to the channel, J-Bay. And I did just recently react to a couple of her TikToks. I'll go ahead and link that video down below in the comments. And our new friend here still has some thoughts on traveling while plus size. So I figure we can watch these TikToks and I'll give you my reaction along the way.
This was right before the incident I'm about to tell you about. On the first leg of the trip, the wheelchair assistance completely failed us. I was left struggling to be okay. There is a video about the incident on my page. That experience was already stressful and humiliating enough, so by the time it was time to fly home, I decided to have my fiancé push me in the wheelchair to avoid any more mishaps.
Okay, so that's going to indicate a couple of things to me. First off, her fiancé, it appears, does travel with her quite frequently, at least according to the TikToks on her own page. So if he is able to do this, why does she keep requesting wheelchair assistance and asking airline staff to push her in a wheelchair if she already has somebody who is able to do this for her? And the other thing it would indicate to me is it sounds like she may need to travel with a caregiver. And in that case, that would be her responsibility. That's not up to the airlines or hotels or anywhere else where she's traveling. That would be her responsibility. So that's what that indicates to me. But let's see what else she has to say.
Me, a plus-size woman in a wheelchair, pushing my suitcase with one hand while my fiancé did their best to steer. It wasn't the easiest setup, but we were managing. As we were making our way through the terminal, we walked by a group of flight attendants. At first, I thought nothing of it, but then I heard the unmistakable sound of laughter, directed right at us.
Okay, was it directed at them, or did it just happen to be that people were laughing as they were walking by? I mean, I see people laugh all the time, and I don't immediately jump to the conclusion that they're laughing at me. So maybe there's more to it. I don't know. Let's see.
They didn't even try to hide it. They pointed, laughed, and made snide remarks. And one said, "What the actual fuck?"
Okay, so I'm not really sure that I believe that, because here we have yet another instance where she is running into these clear issues at airports that she wants to make videos on, bring to people's attention, but there's no evidence. And look, I'm certain an incident like that could happen very quickly, but don't the majority of us walk around with our phones? I mean, most people I see are walking around with their phones in their hands all the time. And if it's not in their hands, it's going to be in their pocket, maybe a purse. It's going to be something fairly easily accessible. So for as many issues as she keeps having at airports, I find it very curious that she's not recording any of this. I mean, even if she didn't get the exact incident, she could have gotten the group as they were walking away. So again, I'm not really sure that I believe this. And again, it's just voiceover. Just like the first one that I reacted to in my last video about her. No proof, no indication that this actually happened, just text on screen and a voiceover. And the source is, "Trust me, bro." This would hold a lot more weight. Pun intended, I suppose. But this argument would hold a lot more weight if there were any proof that any of this happened, especially if she says that she keeps having these incidents occur. I mean, maybe this is just me, but if something is happening and it is repeatedly happening and I'm trying to show people that it's happening, I mean, I'm going to try to record it at some point. Even if I don't get the full way, at least I could be like, wow, this just happened and look at that group of people over there. I've seen videos like that all the time on the internet. So the fact that there isn't even that, it's just text on screen and voiceover narration yet again. But I will commend her, she's no longer using the sad violin music, and now it almost sounds like sad Titanic music. But let's see what else she has to say. Or should I say what the voiceover has to say?
My heart sank. The sting of their mockery was intense. It's one thing to deal with stares and whispers, but outright laughter and public humiliation. It was too much.
And again, no proof. No proof at all. Not even a picture or a snippet of a video that indicated there was even a group standing there laughing at her. So look, if that did happen, of course that's terrible. But I'm really doubting that it actually happened. And considering she just had the worst experience at an airport ever just about a week ago, so it starts to feel like a pattern where she's just trying to garner sympathy. I mean, I find it hard to believe that she didn't record that. I really, truly do.
Nobody should be treated like this. Read the caption for more.
Okay, so let's go ahead and check out that caption. It says, "As a fat person, I'm used to people making assumptions and passing judgment. It comes with the territory, unfortunately. But just because I know what to expect doesn't mean it hurts any less when it happens. We all deserve to be treated with respect and dignity, no matter of our size or circumstances." So, to those flight attendants, if by some chance you see this, remember that your words and actions have an impact. A little kindness and understanding go a long way. And to everybody watching, let's strive to be better. Let's support each other and lift each other up, especially in moments of vulnerability. Okay, I've read the caption, and I still have some questions. If she's traveling with her fiance and he's able to push her in a chair, why doesn't he just do that? And then the other big question that I have is whether or not that actually even happened. Again, without any proof, knowing she just made a claim that she just had the worst experience of her life in an airport just a week ago, it seems rather suspicious to me that there is nothing. Not even a picture, not a video, nothing. I mean, this wasn't 20 years ago when you either had a crappy camera phone or no camera phone. We're walking around with HD cameras in our pockets, available at the ready at all time, and somehow that didn't cross her mind in that moment. I guess I'm just having a really hard time believing that. But let's see what she has to say in the next one.
Recently, I had a distressing experience at Chicago O'Hare Airport. As a plus-size ambulatory wheelchair user, I faced a significant challenge when trying to get to baggage claim. The only option was to go through a revolving door. We pressed the button to slow it down for people with disabilities, but as soon as we entered, we got stuck. I'm claustrophobic and began to panic, frantically motioning to the staff for help. They just stared at me, offering no assistance.
Okay, so I'm noticing a few things here. First off, once again, no proof, just voiceover narration. It appears she is recycling these same clips over and over again. And again, knowing that she's claiming she's having these incidents at airports repeatedly, I just find it really hard to believe that she's not trying to film any of that. So that way, if, as she claims, she can educate the airlines and the flight attendants, I mean, I think it would go a lot further if they actually had proof of what she was talking about. And here's the other thing that I noticed. At the very beginning of the first TikTok, here she is. She is standing, she's smiling, she's waving, doing what she needs to. And even though I'm sure this is recycled footage, here she is walking through the plane. And more walking through the plane. And more walking through the plane. And I must say, I do find this rather curious, and maybe this is just me, but she can stand to make content, she can walk through the plane, and she's clearly traveling all over the place, so it almost starts to feel like she'll walk when she wants to, but she'll use her chair when she wants to prove a point. I don't know, maybe that's just me. And look, I fully understand dynamic and fluid disabilities. Believe me, I do. I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and I understand how it can affect you one moment to the next. I truly do. But I just find it rather curious that the things that she wants to do, like walk through the plane, stand up to make content, travel and go see things, she'll walk for. But everywhere else in the airport, she wants the wheelchair and the assistance. So that's just curious to me.
A passerby noticed our struggle and tried to help, but the airport staff remained unresponsive. This was my second terrible experience at O'Hare during just one trip.
Okay, so that's the second terrible experience at the same airport on the same trip. And no proof. Nothing. Not a picture, not a video of anyone walking away. And not even of just the terrible incidents she's claiming, but of the random stranger as well. I mean, if somebody stopped to help me in a situation like that, and I were trying to make a point online that this just happened, I mean, I find it curious she didn't ask for a picture with them, didn't get a picture of them walking away. Nothing. Nothing at all. Just yet again, voiceover narration, random text, and this time we progress to sad piano music. So maybe I'm just being very cynical about this, but none of this is adding up to me. The only thing that's adding up to me is that she has somebody who is able to assist her, and she is asking the airline staff to do it in his place. That's the only thing that's clear to me. But let's go ahead and finish this up. Maybe she'll surprise me.
Trip. The lack of assistance was not only frustrating but dehumanizing, highlighting the necessity for airport staff to treat travelers of all sizes and abilities with the respect and care they deserve.
Okay. Hi, Editing Katie here. I just wanted to get on here and clarify something fairly quickly. Of all the things I believe didn't happen, I believe this one didn't happen the most. And why is that? Not only does J-Bay not provide any evidence whatsoever, but also I just received confirmation from a buddy of mine who lives in Chicago and who does go to O'Hare pretty regularly. There are no revolving doors at O'Hare. None. So, just wanted to point that out. So it sounds to me like if she needs all of that just to travel, she should really be traveling with a caregiver. And if she's unwilling to do that, perhaps she should reevaluate some of her choices. I mean, maybe travel is just not the best option for her if she's running into all of these difficulties at every single airport. And at the very least, I would think she would want to document it. And I would just like to point out that the sensitivity training she keeps saying the airlines need to provide, that is not a substitute for nursing school. And if she's requiring that much assistance, it sounds like she needs a caregiver. But let me know down in the comments below, what do you think? Do you think these incidents happened? And if so, do you think that the airline staff was in the wrong? Or are you like me and questioning whether or not any of these incidents actually happened? Let me know down below. I am genuinely curious and I love reading all of your answers. That is where we will leave things today. I thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will catch you all in the next one. Bye! Well, it appears my cat is a Jedi. She does not like the Sith holocron. But I need to get her off the shelf. Come here, baby. Ah, there's our Pokey. I have retrieved her from the dark side.